Hey, it's Beth Eversole, allergy actress, and I am not cooking today, I am baking. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. That's what we're baking today, you guys. Hot cross buns, yes! And not only that, we're baking allergy-friendly hot cross buns. Yes, you too can enjoy your bread, even if you have to be free of allergens. Hot cross buns are traditionally for Easter. Ooh, Easter's coming up. I'm so excited. You know, traditionally it is a Christian-based religion, but it has also kind of become like a cultural thing in America, at least, and you know, Easter bunnies and the eggs and all of that. So, but hot cross buns has stuck pretty well with the Christian faith. It actually has meanings in the faith. So the meaning of hot cross buns. So you've got the little icing cross on the top, and of course we all know what that is. That's the crucifixion of Jesus. And then there's spices inside the bun. Ooh, they're so good. And that represents the spices that were put over Jesus' body after he passed away. Traditionally, the hot cross buns are eaten on Good Friday, which is the end of Lent. And there's some history for you. Now, I've got some other history for you. Hot cross buns, like, you didn't know any recipes or anything before 18th century, really, because well, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth, she forbid it. Well, okay, the market guy forbid it. Forbid the hot cross buns to be sold except on funerals and on Good Friday and on Christmas. Go figure. And so a lot of people were just making hot cross buns at home, and therefore they didn't need the recipe, so they just kind of did it, you know? So recipes really didn't exist until the 18th century, and the first noted record of the word hot cross buns and the actual hot cross buns was in Poor Richard's Almanac in 1733, and it was a crier, a street crier going, hot cross buns, you know, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, and that's the first record of it. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on these hot cross buns. Here are your ingredients. One of the main ingredients in hot cross buns is actually tapioca flour. Go figure. It's also called tapioca starch. They are the same thing. And yeah, that's like the main ingredient in these buns. So then you also have salt, and then you have your spices. You have cinnamon and allspice and cloves and nutmeg. And then you're going to use a milk of your choice. I happen to have almond milk right now, so that's what I'm using. Usually I use cashew milk, but you can use any milk. And then canola oil. And then you want granulated sugar, just a very little bit. And then you want eggs. Now, here's the thing about the eggs. I know normally I say we can do egg replacer. Unfortunately, the buns don't do very well with egg replacer. So if you're allergic to eggs, I apologize. This is not a recipe for you. But if you can tolerate eggs, great. You are going to have a hot cross bun. Okay, so then we have the chopped up dried pineapple. And you have the chopped up dried cranberries. And then you have golden raisins. I chopped them up a little bit too because they were kind of big. Anyway, and the last one is honey. Ooh, honey. So then you have the icing that's going to make the cross on top. So you are going to make that with the powdered confectioner's sugar. Now I have to get this one because it has tapioca starch in it as opposed to cornstarch. So that's why I get this brand. And then you have your vanilla or vanilla extract. And then you also, in the icing, you're going to have a little bit of milk again. So there you go. Okay, you guys, so the first step with the hot cross buns is combining your spices with your tapioca starch / flour and your salt. So that's what I've done. In a food processor, I put the tapioca starch, the salt, the cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and nutmeg. And one note about tapioca starch, when you're working with it, it goes everywhere. If you're not careful, I'm serious. Like, my hands were covered about a second ago. I washed them. But yeah, watch this. Watch. Anyone see the smoke coming up from the thing? Yeah, but that's tapioca starch. That's what it does. Anyway, step number 2 is you want to put the milk, the oil, and the sugar, the granulated sugar, not the powdered sugar, granulated sugar, into a pot, and you want to bring it to a boil. Make sure you're stirring it constantly. And then when it comes to a boil, then it'll be hot enough, and you're going to want to take it immediately over to that flour mixture in your food processor, and you pour it into the food processor, process it until it forms like a sticky dough kind of thing, and you let it sit for 20 minutes. So while I'm waiting for this to boil, I just want to share a little bit of personal history with you. I don't know if you all can see my beautiful apron here. This actually was my grandmother's apron. Isn't that so cool? This is a gift from my mom. Thank you, Mom. Happy Easter. And I have to say, I think this is one of the best gifts I've ever received. So I just think it's really cool that I am now cooking and baking in the same thing that my grandmother cooked and baked in. It's just so cool. Okay. Anyway, coming to a boil, put in the flour, process, let it sit. P.S. guys, this is kind of what the dough looks like after you put that milk, oil, sugar mixture in there. So now you're going to let it sit for 20 minutes. Next step is you want to put your 2 eggs into your dough, and you want to process that. So, it's going to get a little noisy here, peeps. Okay, so this resembles something like pancake batter. And the next thing you want to do is you want to get it into a bowl, which I happen to have right here. Hi, bowl. Hi. All right. Okay, there we go. So now we want to fold in our cranberries. Cranberries. And we want to fold in our pineapple. And our golden raisins. And stir. Stir, stir. Now we have to let it sit again for 15 more minutes. Now you're going to pop these in the oven. And, oh, I'm sorry, I missed a step. There's another step. Make sure your hands are clean. And you want to smooth out the rolls. So you want to smooth the tops out with your hands. So dip it in water because it's super sticky. So dip it in water, smooth out the roll so that it looks like a bun. And then you'll pop it in the oven. So the buns are out of the oven. And what you want to immediately do is brush them with honey. So we're going to brush these with honey, and then what you want to do once you're done brushing with honey is you're going to put them on cooling racks so that they will cool. And then once they've cooled, you put the icing in a cross symbol on top of the rolls, the buns I mean. And then once that's done, well then, we get to taste them. So yay, I'm going to finish up putting the honey on these guys. Oh, one last thing. To do the icing, you put together the confectioner sugar, the little bit of milk, and the vanilla, and mix it together. I just did it in like a small bowl. And you want to mix it so this consistency of like what icing would be for a cinnamon roll. And I gotta be honest, the amount that they told me to use in the recipe I was looking at was not enough for my icing. It was very dry, so I just add a little bit more milk. So now I've got this going on, and just like we did with our pancakes, you put it in a Ziploc bag and you snip a teeny tiny little bit off, and then you put it on the rolls. I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. So I'm about to put the finishing touches on the frosting here. I just did crosses on almost all of them. Now we just have these 2 left, and then we get to taste it. Here we go. Mmm. 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 Happy Easter from my house to yours. all of that. Happy Passover. Happy springtime. I love all of you. And yeah, that's Hot Cross Buns for you. This is Allergy actress Mary Beth Eversole signing off. Till next time.